Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel of My Life in Our World. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Tatiana. And if you like any of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot. And also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. So many of you guys probably read today's title and are like, well, this is going to be extremely boring and I'm probably going to click out after the first 30 seconds. Or you're a little bit intrigued, but you have no idea what I'm talking about. And I'll be honest with you guys, this video isn't really for the views. I don't really care how many people watch it. It's more for myself. My YouTube channel really is like a diary for me. And I really just wanted to document and keep track of experiences and opportunities that truly inspire me, truly motivate me. And this is one of those times. So what I'm going to be talking about today is the AMI conference or meeting that happens twice a year. And before I kind of tell you what it is, I want to tell you how exactly I was able to go. So as you all know, I attend Rollins College in Winter Park, Florida, and there I am a student ambassador for the Rollins Social Innovation and Entrepreneurship Hub. And it's a really long name, but it's because we really do a lot there. So it's really hard to kind of concise what exactly our name's going to be. But because of that position, I met Mickey Myers, who is actually the Assistant Vice President of Student Affairs at Rollins College. And she's just one of those individuals that is so incredible. She's like a ray of sunshine, and I've met her a few times, and she actually called me into her office and said that she wanted to send me to this conference and that it would be fully paid for and funded by the David H. Lord Scholarship. So of course I was very confused, very appreciative, but I really didn't understand what I was getting myself into, but I just knew that I wanted to go. And I'm very thankful that I was able to get this scholarship, because this is a conference and event that I would never be able to go to without that, especially because I don't have a career right now. I don't have, people that would usually send me to this. So really the only reason I was able to go to this event was because of Rollins College and because of Mickey and David Lord, and I'm very appreciative to all of you. So by now you're probably wanting to know, what exactly is this AMI meeting? And so AMI stands for the Association of Managers of Innovation, and they actually just recently changed their marketing and their logo, so now it looks a little different. And they obviously are still the Association of Managers of Innovation, but they're really a community for creative learning, and that is truly what this event is. And so I'm going to try to put into words why exactly more events and more conferences and meetings like this need to exist today. So at this event, I actually was the only college student that was there. Most of the attendees were older than 25. I would say maybe 5% of them were, or 10% were about in their late 20s, early 30s, but the most of them were in their late 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, some of them even. And a lot of you might say, well, okay, well, that's not going to be a conference that's going to be really exciting. But let me tell you how incredibly wrong you would be to say that if you did, because this is probably one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had. So the conference is actually a 3-day meeting, and it starts on a Wednesday, ends on a Friday. I don't know if it's always like that, but that's how it was for me. And it was at the Alfond Inn, which is an incredible hotel in Winter Park, Florida. That actually funds Rollins student scholarships, which is amazing because I'm one of those students that's on scholarship. So I'm very appreciative that it exists. But over the course of 3 days, you do a number of activities, whether that is introducing yourself to multiple different individuals, doing simulations, doing workshops, hearing different presentations from different individuals. And it is just such a great format of hearing people's stories, and that is really what I enjoyed about this conference. So this actually was my first conference. I'm only 20 years old, so I'm not being sent to conferences left and right as most people do at their jobs, depending on what field you're in. So this was my first kind of exposure to a realistic adult conference. But I will say, this conference, as I've heard from many of the people there, is unlike any conference many people go to, and it is really one of a kind. So I actually just got done at this meeting, and I drove home and I decided I needed to make a video about what I had learned, and so it's very fresh in my mind. And last night, before my last day at the conference, I was up very late, and they always say that when you attend this conference, you're probably not going to get a lot of sleep because you're exposed to so much information. But I decided to write down a few words, and I shared that with them today during our debrief about what the conference really is and what it has taught me. So I want to read that to you. I don't want to kind of mess it up, so I'm just going to read from my phone what I had said, and I hope that it kind of gives you an insight as to what AMI truly is about. So the creators of AMI First, I would like to preface by saying Deborah, who is actually the person that organizes a lot of the event and all the specific details. I spoke to you about how it is incredibly difficult for you to prove the success of this conference because the experience cannot be measured by numbers. This is not a meeting about data and providing helpful statistics. It is about heart and passion and innovation. But how exactly do you get others to understand exactly what this meeting has to offer? And well, I hope this answers your question. The AMI meeting is the definition of exhaustion. Now, exhaustion typically has a negative connotation, but I could not be more thankful for the exhaustion I've experienced over the past few days. I've been exposed to so many new ideas. I've met so many incredible people. I've created so many valuable connections that by the end of each day, my mind can truly no longer handle any new information. I've gone to bed these past few nights staying awake, even though my body is craving sleep, because I need to somehow make sense of all the new, eye-opening, and life-changing things that I have learned. Being nominated by Mickey Myers to come to this event was definitely shocking and appreciated, but never did I imagine that I would have the experience that I did. I'm so incredibly thankful for the opportunity to sit in the presence of such individuals and hear all of their stories. The themes of this conference, focusing around innovation, creativity, and empathy, have shown me just how universal our problems we face truly are. I have realized that no matter our ethnicity or our religion or our chosen career paths, we all face the same critical issues day to day throughout our lives. But the most important thing that I've learned at the AMI meeting and conference is that collaboration and community is essential and vital to the sustainability and prosperity of any group of people and their ideas. Thank you for creating a space that is void of judgment, yet full of understanding. These spaces need to continue to exist and continue to be created in order for humanity to continue and advance and sustain ourselves throughout our future. Now, I hope that really helped you guys really understand what my experience was like at the AMI conference and meeting, because I honestly came home every single night just so amazed and inspired and shocked at all the new things that I had learned and the people that I had met. And it was so incredible to hear that they actually learned from me as well as me learning from them, because I was younger and because I was kind of representing that younger generation that they often did not hear from. And it honestly was such an honor to represent that younger generation, because I want to get people to understand that are older that just because we're young doesn't mean that we can't contribute, doesn't mean that we don't have these bright, innovative ideas, that we don't care about our planet or ourselves or our community. At the conference, I did participate a lot, and I did that on purpose, and it was very intentional because I wanted people to understand that innovation and creativity and social entrepreneurship truly has no age limit. You can be young, you can be old, you can be middle-aged, and you will still create such incredible ideas. And it really frustrates me when people overlook the young and overlook the old because they don't think they can contribute. I think with age, you obviously get wisdom and you gain experience, and that is how you can help contribute your ideas. But when you're young, you are very curious and you're not exposed to the conformity that society pushes on everyone. Society has not really helped form and shape their creativity and suppress them in some ways that happens nowadays. And when you're young, you are so brave and bold and blunt. And the way that you think is so organic that the ideas that young individuals can create is incredible. And that is why I really would love to see schools really pay attention to that side of the world and implement that into their curriculum, to where as they go to PE and as they go to art and to music, they go to innovation class where they learn to create ideas, where they learn about social issues that people are facing throughout the world. Because when you give those kids information, it opens up their mind, it opens up their perspective, and it really allows them to start creating ideas little by little. And by the time they're older, the ideas they'll be creating will be amazing. But one of my favorite things about the AMI event and conference is because they really have no fear to talk about certain things. I feel like most people in the business world, depending on whatever career path you're in, stray away from talking about politics and religion and those critical, deeper, bigger questions that cause sometimes a little bit of exclusion in people. What I really loved is that this event focused on inclusion and empathy and understanding different perspectives, putting yourselves in other people's shoes, and truly trying to understand why they have these opinions and where they're coming from, and really putting your own beliefs aside so that you can connect with them on another level. And I loved all the different activities, the people that they brought in to speak to us, the questions that we had the ability to ask in a nice judgment-free zone, because that is where the true vulnerability comes into play, where people are able to connect to one another and really see each other's potential and give each other valuable information they can take back to their companies, take back to their businesses, and truly implement something that is innovative and that could actually change their business and company for the better. So one thing that I did see that AMI struggles with is their participants and attendees getting funding to go to this event, because they often have to go to their supervisor or their boss and kind of pitch to them why this conference would be beneficial and what they can bring back to their business, so that it's actually an investment and it's worth it. But oftentimes people struggle putting into words what exactly the experience that you gain out of AMI is, because it can't be shown in a statistic, or it can't be shown that I gained this one technical skill. It is more of an internal process, emotional experience that you end up having, that you go back and your mind is just opened up, where now you have the ability to kind of see from so many different people's perspectives. You might end up being a better manager, you might end up having better social skills, communicating better, and maybe creating new ideas at a faster pace that end up being more sustainable in the long run. So the reason I really wanted to make this video is because I know that the people watching this, whether you are an innovator, whether you are in elementary school or high school or a college student, or you're an adult with a full-fledged career, if any of you ever have the possibility of attending the AMI conference, I truly could not recommend it more, because I feel like every person in any field would gain something from this. The diversity and inclusivity of this event really was eminent, because the people and attendees at this event and conference ranged everywhere from radiologists to a person who owned a peanut company, to people that worked in the healthcare system, to an opera singer, to a person that worked in innovation. And all these people are coming together from totally different fields that are all coming away from this event truly changed. And that is when you know that you've created a space that is incredible. So to everyone watching this, I really hope that you did learn something, even if that means you're not going to go to the AMI conference, because I know that for some people it is not an option, and you definitely do not have to go. But I really do hope that I exposed you to some themes of inclusivity and empathy and creativity, innovation that more people need to get exposed to, because that is where the future is going. That is what people need to focus on in their careers, and you can never have enough of it. Alright guys, so that is all that I have for you guys today. I really hope that you learned something, that you enjoyed this video. If you have any other further questions about the AMI event, please comment those down below. I will also link the website, and if I feel like you guys would really like this event, I will get you in contact with Deborah, who will give you all the additional information. But please guys, have a great day, have a great rest of the school year. I know many of us are in the middle of studying for finals, getting ready for the summertime, but just remember that if you're not waking up every morning and going to bed at night realizing that you've done something good, that you've been inspired, you've been motivated, then you're not doing what you truly love. And life is not worth going through the day-to-day routines and not being happy and not being inspired. So please go out and find those things that motivate you and stick to those. So, all right guys, that's all I have, and I'll see you guys next time in my next video. Bye.